Now, today I want to talk about why sales feel so awkward when you are used to corporate. As you guys know, my sweet spot is making the pathway clear for women who are going from corporate to entrepreneur. Here's the truth. Here is the truth that no one tells corporate women about entrepreneurship. Sales and marketing don't feel hard because you're not good at them. They feel hard because they require a different kind of authority. And where we are going next in this powerful journey that I am unpacking for you is how to reframe your authority. Now, this different kind of authority that is being required of you when you make that shift from corporate to entrepreneur, it is different than what you have been conditioned to in corporate. You see, in corporate, your authority is conferred. Here's what I mean by that. It comes from your title, it comes from the brand reputation, it comes from the hierarchy, and it comes from your credentials. In fact, in many cases, you don't even have to justify why you belong. The org structure already does that for you. But when you make that pivot from corporate to entrepreneur, the game changes. And you are so used to winning in one way, and you're so used to everything that it gets deferred to you in this space that you have to begin to regroup and understand this new landscape. And this is what makes it feel hard. You see, as an entrepreneur, people just don't want to know what you can do. They want to know what you believe, they want to know what you stand for, and they want to understand how you see the problem they need solved differently. And that is positioning. That is a reframe of your authority. And when you don't reframe your authority for entrepreneurship, sales and marketing begins to feel foreign. It feels like it's not working, and it's not because you're bad at them, but it is because you have never had to own your value publicly. Let me say that again. You see, when you are successful in corporate, there are certain things that are inside the wall about what you bring to the table, about what you've been able to accomplish. But when you come outside of the wall, you have to hold your own value publicly. And that is different. And once you make that shift, business gets easier, but making that shift requires some support. You see, making the shift requires that you begin to understand how to truly reframe your authority. It's a very easy statement to say, but the execution of that requires some guidance. Visibility gets easier when you can reframe your authority. That sales conversation becomes easier when you can reframe your authority. And it is not rooted in your performance. It's rooted in your positioning. Now, if this is hitting home, I want you to know that I am going to be teaching a 2-day free masterclass on exactly this. It's called Reframe Your Authority. It's going to be happening on January 26th to the 27th, and registration is absolutely free. Now, if you go to ReframeYourAuthority.live, you can learn more information. Now, here's your 5 takeaways from today. Corporate conditions your authority, but entrepreneurship requires you to own it. That's the first one. The second is this. Marketing is not the problem. It's the framing of your authority that needs to change. The next one is this. You did not lose your credibility when you started a business. You just have to source it differently. And then finally, corporate gave you confidence, but entrepreneurship asks for your conviction. It asks for your conviction to understand why this is important to you. Now, if any of those sentiments resonated, I again want to extend this personal invitation for you to meet me at the 2-day free masterclass on January 26th and 27th. All you need to do is go to ReframeYourAuthority.live and register, and I will see you in the room, and we will unpack this even more.